welcome to day 22. It's a beautiful day. I actually slept better last night. We opened the curtains last night with the window open and let a lot of the cool air in with the fan, and that helped because it cooled the bedroom down a ton. So I actually was able to sleep. Yay! So got a lot of sleep. We're getting ready now to go check the bathrooms and clean them, and then we'll be back for breakfast, and then we have a few sites to clean because people are leaving today and coming back in, or there's a few that left yesterday and people are coming in today, and we didn't clean the sites yesterday because it was hot and we were trying to get done quickly. So, and we had 18 to turn over just for Sunday alone. So that is that. I will see you guys in a little bit. All right, protein yogurt bowl for breakfast again with strawberries, protein powder, mini chocolate chips, a little dash of honey, and some protein yogurt. Hot dogs and chips for dinner tonight. We made a quick dinner. It has been super hot all day and we are not up to really cooking a lot. Alright, it's the end of day 22. I didn't record a lot today because it was miserably hot, and I spent most of the day when I wasn't working laying in bed just waiting for the heat to disappear. It did finally start raining around like 4, I want to say. Like somewhere between 3 and 4, 5, somewhere in there. And it has been raining. It's still raining now, and it's like almost 11 o'clock at night, so yay. We need the rain desperately, but it's cooled it off significantly, so we'll be able to sleep better. But due to the heat this afternoon, I had no appetite, so I skipped lunch and just had some beef jerky as like a snack when I got a little bit hungry later. Mainly just drank a bunch. So I got all my water in, got all my steps in, because we walked the last bit of my steps in the rain tonight. Did my reading already because I've just felt like reading a lot today, so I got my reading in. My protein goal was probably not hit at all. I got like 40 grams this morning. I got 13 with the beef jerky, and then we had hot dogs for dinner. Again, not the greatest meal, but you know what? We're making do with what we can while it's super hot. It's supposed to be cooler the next next week or so. It's supposed to keep raining. Fingers crossed that it does. And if it does, then we'll be good. So it'll be better. Tomorrow is going into town and getting groceries day. So we're going to try the whole doing it on Tuesday evening again and see how that works. We really liked it last time. Then we can sleep in on our day off instead of having to get up and go straight into town to avoid the heat. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I just gotta... Oh, and I did my journal page already too. I'm actually done with everything. Huh. That's the first time. Anyways, we're finished with that. I'll probably read a little bit more as I go to sleep because, again, it helps me, rest. But that's that. The end of day 22. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Night. Good morning. It's the day of day 23. There we go. It's day 23 of the Cosmically Line Challenge. It's just after 10 o'clock in the morning. I slept in today a little bit because we went to bed a little later last night. Like, once we got into bed, it's like we couldn't fall asleep. So I didn't fall asleep until a little bit later. I read for a while and then finally able to fall out. I don't even know what time it was. I didn't look. So I slept in a little bit. I did not do my strength training yesterday because it was way too hot. And then when it finally cooled down, it was raining the whole time. So I decided to do it today. It's bright and sunny out, as you can see. There is supposed to be rain coming this afternoon, so I'm going to go ahead and get my strength training done now. And then we have a few sites we got to clean, and then we got to go clean the bathrooms and stuff like that. And then later we will be going down into town to get groceries. We're going to try the Tuesday night thing again. We really liked it last time because it gave us like 2 actual full days off. And I do have a quick potential client call. We're chatting to see about maybe becoming a client. So I have that today as well. So I'm going to hurry up and knock this out so we can go get those sites cleaned and then work on the bathrooms and then get some breakfast and all that other fun stuff, and we will be on our way. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. One thing I really kind of want to talk about, and I'll do a little bit here, but I'll probably do more later, is fatigue of eating in a calorie deficit. Like, my body is tired, y'all, of doing that. And I know the general consensus is usually you do like 8 to 12 weeks and then like you stop for 8 to 12 weeks depending on however long you did, and then you give your body like a break and then you go back into cutting, which is what I've done in the past. And this time I've just been like hammering. So it's been since like April 1st that I have been eating in a calorie deficit, meaning that I'm only eating to 80% full, and so I'm making sure that I'm not eating too much, right? And I'm eating super healthy, which is great. My body loves that, actually. So that I'm not worried about. It's just the fact that I'm eating a calorie deficit constantly, and I'm starting to really feel fatigued with that, and my body's starting to feel fatigued with that, and my mental health is starting to not be too great with that. So I'm chatting with my coach about that. We're gonna come up with a plan, but I might just take a break from like the 80% full and just eat up to 100% full for a few weeks, and then, you know, see how my body feels, and then kind of restart going from there. Yes, I want to continue releasing weight. Yes, I want to hit my goal weight, but I also need to be smart about it and not like literally make myself sick or something because I've done too much for too long, and my body is going to start really rebelling against me, right? So I'm trying not to be too crazy about the stuff, so I can release the weight. It's all coming off. I know that. I've been doing it. It's going in the right direction. It's gonna continue. I just might need a little bit of a break. So I think honestly, well, because I've been having really, like, I don't want anything that I have in the fridge. I'm just like not wanting to eat, and a lot of it has been the heat, and I won't deny that, but I think a lot of it too is that my body is just tired, and it's really pushing for me to do something different. And so I'm going to be looking into that. Like I said, talking with my trainer and my coach first, so we'll be doing that, come up with a game plan that is actionable and doesn't feel like I'm taking too many steps backwards in my progress, but also understanding that, you know, sometimes I've been, you know, doing a lot for the last 69, I think it is, days. I have hit 10,000 steps every single day for 69 days. I have been eating a calorie deficit since April 1st, and I've been releasing about 2 pounds a week since then, averaging out about 2 pounds a week. Sometimes it's a little more, sometimes a little less, but mainly right around 2 pounds a week, which is still good, healthy, you know, of weight releasing. But I'm tired, I'm fatigued, I might take a break. But let's get the strength training done, and we'll go from there. All right, all done working out. You can see I'm all sweaty. It was a good workout. Today was the split squats, which I hate, but I like at the same time because they're terrible, but they work so well. Ooh. Anyway, did those. Actually added an extra rep to that, so went up, so progressively overloaded that one. I kind of went up either in weight or in reps in each thing today, so that's good. Feeling good, feeling strong. I did chest fly, so now my chest is hurting as well, but overall feeling really good, feeling happy with that. Okay, it's about 10:45 now, so I'm gonna go get those sites cleaned probably. I might eat breakfast first, I don't know. Give myself a minute to rest. I'm still like breathing hard. May eat breakfast first, otherwise we'll clean the sites, and then we'll be checking on the bathrooms. And like I said, at 12:30ish today I have a meeting with a potential client, so I'll have that too. So alright, that's pretty much it for the like stuff that we're doing today, because then, like I said, we're heading down to town to do our errands and grocery shopping. We're gonna hit a few thrift stores. When we were out a couple weeks ago, we hit a thrift store up because I needed a t-shirt for dyeing my hair, because I didn't have one, and so I was like, oh, we'll hit up a thrift store. They, you know, I don't care what it looks like or anything about it, honestly, and I don't want to spend a ton of money on something that's gonna get just covered up and gross with hair dye. So we went there, and I found a shirt for $1. So I was like, see, can't go wrong. Well, while we were there, my husband was looking around, and he got a pair of Merrells for $5, which is like an insane, because we looked them up because they're a fairly newer style. $185 retail. We got them for $5, and they look brand new. Like, I don't think the person who had them wore them very much, if at all. So he's got a like basically brand new pair of shoes. So he's super excited. So we want to go do some more thrift store runs. We love going thrifting. It's just fun to see what we can find. Also, because I have released so much weight, I'm like 28, 29 pounds down now. A lot of my clothes aren't fitting either at all or very well, and they're like falling off of me. Like, I have literally had a few times where we're like walking around doing sites, and my pants, my shorts, whatever I'm wearing, are just like sliding down and going to come off. So I've had to hold them up with like one hand, and because these are like workout pants a lot of times, or, you know, like leggings, or they're just like regular shorts, they don't have like belt loops, so it's not like I can put a belt on to keep them up. Nor do I think I would wear one. Belts drive me crazy. I don't like how tight they feel, and they just like feel like I'm being squished. I might have some sensory issues about that. But yeah, I'm not gonna want to do this. So I'm thinking we'll go look at a thrift store and see if I can't find a few new things, so that I don't feel quite so like everything's going to make me completely undressed in front of strangers if I walk too quickly in one direction. So we'll kind of do that, and then we're gonna go back to the bookstore. Do I need another book? Hell no, I don't need another book. Do I want another book? Of course, always. I always want another book. So we're gonna do that. Will we buy anything? I don't know, but I'm gonna go look. So we're going to the bookstore and probably going out for dinner again. Kind of like a little date night again, because again, we're child free for a little bit, so we're going to enjoy ourselves. We won't have to worry about getting a babysitter, or, and we don't usually have to get a babysitter anymore. Our kids are teens, they can usually stay home by themselves for a couple hours. But when we're here, where it's an hour into town and then an hour back and then however long for dinner or whatever, it just feels a little a little weird to be, you know, gone that long. So we prefer to do it when we don't have any children. And then yeah, that's about it for the day. So I'm gonna head inside, see about maybe eating first, or go and do the sites and bathrooms and stuff, and we'll go from there. I'll see you guys soon. All right, breakfast / lunch, so I guess brunch today, because it's noon already, is a tortilla pocket that I made with cheese, bacon, eggs, and avocado. Yum yum. Alright y'all, it is bedtime. We got back not too long ago from errands and date night and groceries and all that fun stuff. So I did my reading on the way down to town. My husband drove down, so that gave me an hour to read, so I exceeded my reading. I have gotten way more water than I need, technically, for the challenge. I drank 2 of my water bottles before we left, out of the 3 that I normally drink a day. Then we got to the restaurant, and I drank another 1.5 there, as well as 1.5 glasses of tea. And then we went to the bookstore after, and I had a massive headache, so we actually left for a little bit, went down to the Target that was down the way, grabbed some ibuprofen because I had none in my purse. I don't know what happened to it. And got another water, which is another 20 ounces. And then when we got to the grocery store, I had brought my water bottle with me, but it was empty. So we got another water, drank another 16 ounces on the way back home. So I've got my water in. But I want to show you some of the stuff I got. So my husband bought me some pens. And what's so great about these pens is they're erasable too. So if I make a mistake, instead of having to scratch things out, I can erase them. So those are really cool. I got those. At the one thrift store, I got this book. And it has a whole bunch of like formulas, and they're from like the 1980s, so it's really interesting because they're like vintage remedies, but also they just have a lot of different things that they did back then that we do now. So it's really interesting to kind of get an idea of like things that I can put in formulas that we don't talk about much anymore. Then we were at the bookstore. I kept feeling pulled to the cards, and I really wanted this one deck of cards, but I just was like, do I really need another deck of cards? I mean, yeah, I probably do, because you can never have too many decks of cards, but I just kept feeling pulled and I wasn't sure, and so I finally was talking to my husband about it, and he's like, yes, just get them. So these are them, and I'm super excited, but I haven't opened them yet, so we'll see what they're like, but I'm super excited about this. I got those, and as he took them from me to say yes, he kind of like stood up, because they were way on the bottom shelf, and he stood up, and his eyes like immediately lit on this book that was on the shelf, and he's like, oh my god, he says out loud, that's my wife, and it's called Runes for the Green Witch. And he's like, this is amazing. So he turned it over and was like reading the back, and I was like, hey, that sounds like the cards that we just picked up. Who wrote this? And so we looked at the name, and I looked at the name on the cards, and down there at the bottom, you see, it's by the same person. And he was like, oh my god, like, you need to get this then, because like there's a reason that I immediately saw it. So I wound up with the book too that's written by the same person. And yeah, so I ended up getting a bunch of stuff. He got some stuff, just a few other things we got. I ended up not getting any clothes. I did look at a bunch, but I just feel like I keep releasing weight and I don't want to buy clothes now and then like in 6 weeks have to buy a bunch more. It feels like a waste, kind of, because now I have a bunch of clothes that I can't fit into anymore and I got to get rid of a bunch more. So we're just going to hold off for now. But yeah, that was it. We had a good day, good shopping trip. We got all the groceries we need, so we are reset for that. And then tomorrow we'll be resetting the house. We got a whole bunch of stuff to do in here, and I got a few other things to get done, so I will be doing that. But all I got left to do is my journal page tonight, which I will be doing with my new pens, and I will be done with everything. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Night. Breakfast today is a bowl of Special K cereal. I don't know why. For some reason, I've been craving cereal like crazy. We don't usually eat it at all, but I bought some at the store last night because it was all that I have been wanting. So here we are. I have a protein shake to make up for the protein that I'm not eating in this. Hi everyone, good morning. It is day 23. I had to figure it out in my head there for a second. It's day 23. We slept in today because we didn't go to bed till like probably close to midnight last night after getting in around 10:30ish from our errands and excursions and stuff. Slept in. I did get up around like 8:30 because the dog was barking and whining to get out of her crate because she needed to pee. So I did get up and take her out, and then we went straight back to bed together, dropped her in our bed because I did not want to deal with her whining and barking because she was put back in her crate. So dropped her in bed with us, laid back down, got up then around like 9:30ish, somewhere in there, 9:30 for realsies. Ate some breakfast already because I was starving, and I just, for some reason, I've been craving cereal, so that's what I had. And then, yeah, got all some morning stuff done, and now I am going to be doing my workout. That is actually scheduled for today. I'm so excited about that because I have been having trouble getting them done on the days. But it's cool outside because it rained last night. Thank gods above, we needed rain. So it rained last night, so it's a little cooler. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. It's just a little after 10 o'clock. Get that done and out of the way. And then have the rest of the day to do whatever I need to get done. I have a couple podcast episodes to record. These are for my podcast. And then I'm going to be working on next week's video, so I got to get all that stuff, into the app that I use for that and get that all situated. So I'm going to start working on that. And yeah, I think that might be it for today on things to work on. And then obviously getting in my steps and all of that in the meantime. So that is it. I'm going to get going on this strength training, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Hey guys, all done with my workout. You can tell I'm all like discombobulated. Alright, it took me a little bit longer than expected because I kept getting interrupted a few times by campers who needed some assistance, but that's fine. That's part of the job. Technically we're off today and we have our off-duty sign up, but sometimes people need help and they can't find the other camp hosts that work here, so they come find us. It's fine. It is what it is. Got it done. Sorry, I'm a little short of breath. It started getting really warm. There are some clouds rolling in. It's supposed to rain today, like an 89% chance. So we definitely need it. But yeah, so I'm going to go inside, cool down, and then fix my hair and everything because I'm going to be recording some podcast episodes. And I'll be doing those and then working on my video editing. And that's about it for now. So see you guys later. All right, dinner is breakfast. 3 yolky eggs, as my daughter calls them, but they're over medium if you're going to be, pedantic. Bacon and some toast. Hey everyone, it is the end of day, what are we on? 24. There we go. End of day 24. I have finished everything except for my reading and my journaling, so I'm going to do that now before we go to bed. But it's been a good day. It started raining around like 7, 8 o'clock, and it's been raining since. Hallelujah. But I got all my steps in. I did my strength training this morning, and then we went on a hike later this afternoon, and that was like a 2-ish mile hike, and then we went for another 2-mile hike later, so I'm at like over 12,000 steps. So I got all my steps, got all my water. I didn't film all of my food because I didn't eat lunch. I had the protein shake and cereal for breakfast, and then I wasn't hungry at lunchtime because it had gotten really hot again, and my appetite just disappeared. So I did end up eating dinner, which, you guys saw. But that's it. I just wasn't hungry, so I just haven't eaten anymore. I'm just going to listen to my body. If it was hungry, it would give me hunger signs, right? So I'm just going to read real quick, do my journal page, and that's that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Night. Morning, y'all. It is really late. It's actually afternoon. It's noon, literally. I got up really late this morning. I had a client thing at 10. We were recording a podcast together for my podcast, and so I woke up like just enough time to get dressed for that. So I just finished that. Then I had an intuitive healing session, so I did that, and now I am eating breakfast finally. So it is late, but it's breakfast. It's just a Greek yogurt bowl with protein powder, strawberries, blueberries, mini chocolate chips, a little bit of honey. And that's that. The rest of the day, I have cardio today, so I'll be doing that sometime today. It is raining on and off all the time today. So it rained overnight, so that was great. And now it's raining on and off today. We have a few errands to run. We got some packages coming in today, so we'll be doing that later. But for now, I'm going to finish this, and then I need to finish my video for this coming up week. I got it all done yesterday, except for adding like the music and stuff like that, and the transition, so I got to go do that. So that's what I'll be working on while we wait for the weather to clear up some and our packages to be delivered. So, talk to you later.
can't hold. And I can't hold.
Alright, we are actually going to head down into town real quick. We need to pick up some medicine, my husband's medicine that's done today, and we need to, what was it? Oh, grab some diesel for the bus. Because we got to turn it on and move it on Monday. We need to make sure there's enough diesel in it. And then we're going to grab some dinner and we'll be back. So, I kind of skipped lunch again today. I just wasn't hungry. I did have a bowl of cereal. I didn't film it because I was on the phone with my daughter when she did it, and I used my phone to film, so I couldn't do both. But I did have cereal. That was all that sounded good. It is much cooler now. It started raining again. I don't know if you can see how cloudy it is. But yeah, so it's cooling off. Hopefully it's cool down there. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright everyone, that's a wrap on day 25. We got back around 9 o'clock from town. We went down and picked up my husband's meds and got diesel, and then we just went ahead and ate dinner out because we were already down there and it was just easier, so we grabbed some dinner. I didn't take a video of it, but we went to Wendy's. It was just a quick dinner, grabbed it, ate it, came home, finished my steps when we got home. I had already finished my water before we got back. Did my journal page when we got home. I've done my reading already. Hit my protein goal today, so yay. So yeah, everything's done. I'm just going to read some more before bed because, like I said, it helps me sleep. But it's not necessary for, like, the challenge. I've hit my 30 minutes already. But yeah, that's it. That's a wrap. It was actually a really, really good day. I got an impromptu intuitive healing session today, so got that done. I applied to be a teacher at the witches school, online school it's called, for an October class, like right around Halloween. So that'd be cool if I get accepted, so that'd be really kind of awesome. And what else? Some unexpected money came in, so that's always good. So yeah, it's been a really good day. But that's it. That's a wrap on day 25. I'll see you guys in the morning. Bye. Good morning. Welcome to day 26. It's just after 9 o'clock. We're getting ready to go do our morning duties because we are back on today. And so I'm going to do that. I got my strength training. It's actually a little cool today because it rained again last night. Yay. So yeah, we're going to be doing that and back for breakfast and then workout and then go from there. See you guys in a bit. All right, breakfast today is another protein bowl, blueberries, strawberries, honey, protein powder, protein yogurt. Out cleaning sites and it's very hot. I'm sure you can tell. I'm like all sweaty and gross. But just a few more to do and then we'll be done. Having a grilled cheese and cottage cheese with Caesar Crunch for lunch today. All right, dinner tonight is cheddar jalapeno sausages and some cheesy broccoli. All right, everybody, it is bedtime. I didn't do a lot after dinner. We went and got our steps in and we helped a couple of campers that were having some problems. Had a shower earlier today too that I did not do my strength training today. I was supposed to, but it was really, really hot this afternoon. And we were so busy that it was like 3 o'clock before we were even done doing everything we had to do for work. And I just was like, I don't feel like doing this. I felt gross and hot and just, ugh. So I'll do that tomorrow. I've rescheduled it for tomorrow. I'll do it after we do our morning rounds tomorrow. All I have left to do is my journal page. I did my reading earlier. I finished almost all my water. That'll be finished when I take my pills here tonight. Got all my steps in, got all my protein in. So it's been a good day. But yeah, just excited to have tomorrow be a little bit slower like it usually is. So that's that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Night. welcome to day 27. It's just before 10 o'clock. We are getting ready to go do our morning run, and then we will be back here. I'm gonna do my workout. I didn't do it yesterday, it was too hot. It's really hot already, I don't know. I'm trying to get it done. But we'll get that done, and then just kind of hanging out today, not really doing much otherwise. So, see you guys soon. Cereal for breakfast again because I'm not feeling too hot and figured maybe this would be the best option. Cottage cheese and Caesar crunch for lunch, just eating it straight out of the container. Hey, it's the end of day 26. I am done with whatever I'm doing today. I finished my water, I finished my steps, I finished my journal page already, I did my reading earlier tonight. On Saturdays, my husband gets on with the kids and plays video games and does other fun stuff with them, all online. And so, while they were doing that, I got reading done and my journal page and a bunch of other stuff. So I got some alone time, which is nice. But I didn't do my strength training today. It was too hot. I felt really off. I didn't sleep last night, hardly at all. And I just didn't feel good all day. And I decided I'm not pushing my body. So, the only thing I didn't get done. So, I've did 2 out of the 3 this week. So, I say that's pretty good. I did the majority of them. And I forgot to film dinner because I was fucking starving and I just scarfed it down, but we had pizza. Because again, wasn't feeling well and didn't feel like cooking. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hi, so I want to address the elephant in the room, I guess you'd call it, about there being no recordings for day 28. No, I did not delete them by accident or on purpose. I just didn't record anything on day 28. I didn't sleep well from Saturday night into Sunday, and I was just kind of a miserable wreck. Sorry, the dog's having a conniption. I was I don't know, I did not feel well all day. I had no energy, my mental health was in the toilet. I spent most of the day crying. Over nothing, honestly. Like, I wasn't upset about anything, I wasn't sad. I don't know, I just did not feel like me very well at all. I had a long conversation with my coach talking about the food stuff because I had changed it up this week, right? And I had been eating 100% and I felt like shit while doing that. My body was not happy about suddenly coming off of the calorie deficit that it was giving me fits about the week prior, about feeling like I was really overdoing that. But it didn't want to do 100% either, so I also didn't eat much. I'm sure you saw in the rest of the video that I didn't eat much. I wasn't hungry, it was very hot, so my appetite was gone, so we came up with some things that I could do to make sure I was at least getting some food into me when it does get that hot. And I don't want to eat because when I get hot, my appetite just disappears and I have no desire to eat. I also missed one strength training session, which I think is part of what caused some of the mental health issues. My mental health is so much better when I'm working out, and when I work out, it literally keeps me in check, and it's great, and I love it, and I just missed that one day. Got buzzed by a hummingbird. And I just missed it that week because it was so hot on Friday and Saturday that I just literally could not. But then I was like beating myself up for not doing it because I have a perfectionistic nature. My Mars is in Virgo. It wants to do everything right. My planet of action is like, we have to do this and this and this and this. We have to have a checklist for that checklist, for this checklist, for that checklist. And it can be a little bit difficult sometimes to not be a perfectionist when it comes to doing things, right? Like my actions and doing. And the whole point of this challenge, again, was not to be perfect. It was just to make progress while I was in between challenges with my coach and working on different things. And it was just to keep me motivated to continue doing my good, healthy habits that I developed during that challenge, to continue doing over here. and continue releasing weight and just feeling better overall. So I was not feeling good at all. I didn't record anything because I didn't want to. I'm not an influencer. I'm not going to record myself crying for everybody to see that I was doing it. And it doesn't really matter. I'm honestly a very private person when it comes to a lot of things in my life, which is why these videos are mainly just literally me and what I've been doing. And there's a lot of like skipping around. I don't record a ton of stuff because I don't want to. My family's also super private and introverted, and they don't want to be on the videos. So trying to record when they're around is really hard because they don't want to be in the videos. And we live in our school bus right now. Like, there's not a lot of like places to record that they're not going to be in it. Like, it's just, they're going to be there. And so that makes it difficult too. But Sunday, I just basically invested in some self-care. I talked to my coach, like I said. I did talk to my husband a lot about it, how I was feeling. And I did self-care by going down to the little general store, and I got myself an ice cream and a drink. Sorry, my dog has come to say hi. Hi, Pete. And a drink, and came back up here and had my ice cream and a drink and didn't care that I had an ice cream, right? Again, ice cream's not off limits. I'm not on any kind of strict diet, and I'm not doing anything that requires me to not eat ice cream. But still, you know, took care of myself that way. Read a lot, did some journaling, and just sat outside in nature and really just did that. I did get my steps. I did force myself to go and walk and get all my steps, so I did complete my steps. I did complete my reading, obviously, because I did a lot of reading that day. I got my journal done because I did that throughout the day. I reached out to some friends and chatted with them. I didn't get all of my protein in that day, I don't believe. I don't remember what I ate. I'm recording this a little while later, so I don't remember everything that I ate on that day. But I don't think I got it all, and I don't care. Because again, progress, not perfection, and my mental health is just as important as my physical health, probably more so. And so I was going to take care of that over anything else. And so that's what I did. So here it is. That's the real, raw, things that are going on in truth of my life, is that I am, not perfect, and I'm not an influencer, so I'm not going to be, recording everything in my life. And if that's what you were looking for, you've come to the wrong place. Please go somewhere else, because that's not what I'm ever going to do. I just don't do that. My life is mine, and I don't want to share all of it. There's a lot of aspects of it that are just very sacred to me, and I don't want to put that out there for the public, which is why people ask us all the time, oh my God, do you have like an Instagram or a YouTube for your bus? And I'm like, no, because then that requires us to go around and have to record all the time and do stuff. And we like to live in the moment and just enjoy nature and enjoy what we're doing right then in that second. And constantly recording everything is a drag. I mean, just doing... Shh. Sorry. The dog doesn't like people walking by. But even this challenge, just recording myself only, not everything else, not my bus, not my family, it's been rough because I'm realizing that I have to have my phone with me like all the time so I can record just in case, or I can do this, and I don't want to have my phone with me all the time. I literally don't carry it with me 90% of the time. Ask anybody in my family where's Ira's phone at any given time, and they will probably know, and I won't, because I don't keep track of my phone. I'm not on it. If you call or text or message me, you'll get a response, but it's probably going to be 24 or 48 hours later when I finally get back on my phone and do so, right? I don't keep up on a lot of things on purpose, and I keep myself away from a lot of that because I am so open energetically, and I have so much like intuitiveness and able to pick up on things. And then being a reflector in human design, like I can't just be on social media all the time. I need some space from that, or it really starts affecting my health, all of my health, my energetic body, my emotional body, my physical body, my mental health body. Like, it'll collapse it. So I took a break on day 28 and didn't record anything. I listened to my body, my mind, and what I needed, and just did that. And that's that. So we're moving on, day 29. And yeah, it'll be good. I don't remember where the moon was in the sky that day, like what sign it was in, but I remember it not being in a favorable sign for me personally, and so I think that's also part of it. I think it was in Capricorn, because then we had the new moon in the full moon in Aquarius a few days later. So I think it was in Capricorn, and Capricorn it hits my 6th house, and it fucks my mental health up when the moon is there a lot of times. So it just makes me not want to do anything. So again, listening to my body. We're doing this. We're showing medical astrology in action, right? Well, in medical astrology, the 6th house is the house of health. And when my 6th house is affected, it affects my mental health because it's in Capricorn. So when it's hitting that, my need for boundaries really pops up, because Capricorn rules the boundaries of the body. And Saturn, its ruler, rules our emotional boundaries, our physical boundaries in life, our energetic boundaries, all of our other boundaries. And so when the moon hits that house for me, I always have this like shield that I want to throw up and kind of stay away from everybody and like ground myself back and kind of stay away. So that is the medical astrology for me and the 6th house in Capricorn. And that's why when the moon hits Capricorn, I am literally like a hermit, because I need to rejuvenate like all those boundaries and everything. All right. I think it's everything I really wanted to say, but I appreciate you guys watching, and I will catch you next week. Bye.